Well, how's it going out there, folks? Rooster in Tennessee, roostercb.com. And today we're going to look at the Stryker 955 HPC Plus, and this will be our first look at one of these modded up all the way. Of course, more to come, but this is going to be the very first one, and this will be our official video for these, unless we make any kind of changes in the future to the mods being done to them. If there's any kind of improvement made or anything like that, we'll obviously shoot another video to update what you can expect when you get one of these. But as it stands right now, this video will kind of showcase about what you can expect when you get one of these done up all the way. Now, we did initially do a release video on these, comparing them bone stock out of the box to a 955 version 2. And obviously, the one difference that stands out is this is a much shorter radio. Aside from that, they are essentially the same radio on the inside, aside from this HPC Plus or version 3 having the voltage boost board inside. Now, in turn, what does that do? Well, it makes it do a little bit more power, makes the radio run a little bit more efficiently, getting the most out of it safely, of course. So you do see a little bit more power out of these. Even with stock finals, they will do more than a version 2 with stock finals. I think this one did about 25 watts more. Excuse me, PEP. And I have jotted down the numbers that we got out of this one on our initial test. And on average power on AM, we had a 20 watt or 28 watt dead key or carrier, and it modulated to about 30 or 32 watts average. And on PEP, we modulated to about 125 watts PEP. Relatively same test voltage. So keep those numbers in mind when we test it today. That way you can compare and say, well, is it even worth it to get the all the way mods done? And in my opinion, yes. I mean, if you're going to get one of these, you might as well just get it fully done up. That way you get the most out of it. Of course, we'll probably offer them, just converted or something like that for the people that don't want them fully modded. But for right now, initially, most of them that we sell are going to be upgraded all the way. Now, before we get into the output test, I do want to point out that we are using one of our HD power cords. Highly recommend this one. This is one I just threw together, tossed some, crimped some terminals on it. The ones you buy from me off the website are much more professionally done. Heat shrinked ends with terminals soldered on and stuff. So don't take my ganky looking one that I use here to test. It's what they're going to look like when you buy one. Definitely recommend using the upgraded power cord. You don't have to change the jack in the back of the radio. I know some people are doing that. To me, that's a waste of time. You can get the same results just running a nice upgraded power cord. Okay, with that being said, we do have our notorious clamp meter here. We're going to start out at 14.8 volts, and we will be testing on AM and sideband. And at the end of the video, I will also test it for those that want to see how much it does on like 13.5. I think that's a good concession to make, test it at 13.5 just to compare it to 14.5. All right, let's not go any further. Let's just get with it, guys, and show you what these 955 HPC Pluses are capable of. We're going to be testing on a 250 watt element or slug, which means we're going to be looking at the top scale. We'll go ahead and turn our RF power wide open here. And the way we've got this one set, good, we've got it set for about a 25 watt dead key. So it's going to be close to what we tested at stock. Now remember, stock, we went from about 28 watts and we modulated into it, audioed into it to about 30 or 32. We're going to do the same test here and see how it does. Hello, audio, hello, audio. Like playing with those voice tones to see how it responds. Hello, audio. See how you can make it manipulated to jump up there. So we actually got the audio up to about 80 watts or so. 75 pretty easily average, but if you stretch your voice out about 80, 85. Now, just talking into it normal, this is with the mic gain at 3 o'clock. Radio check, 1, 2, 3, audio, radio, 1, 2, 3, audio. What was that, about 65 or 70 watts average? Still pretty doggone impressive for sure. Whereas our 955 version 2s generally expect them to audio between 50 and 60 average and talk around 45 or so. Now this is your PEP or peak output. Audio, 1, 2, audio, 150 watts PEP. Now what does that translate to on our clamp meter? Hello, bounced up to 11 initially. Audio, about 10 and a half, 10 and 3/4 amps. That's with our RF power wide open. Now, of course, I'm going to show how much your average power decrease. Your PP is going to stay the same on AM. But your average power will drop some as you turn the RF power down. We've got it halfway now. Hello, audio, still swinging 50 to 60 watts average from around a 10 watt dead key. Really impressive to see that much out of it. And of course, we can always show you the PEP. Hello, audio, 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 audio. That stays the same. Now for sideband. Let's turn our RF power back wide open and go to upper sideband. That's where we're at now. Put a PEP. Hello, audio, 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 radio check, 1, 2, 3, audio, radio check, 1, 2, 3, audio, radio. 145 or so PEP, so a little bit less. 12 to 13 watts. Average, lower sideband, of course, gonna be the same. Audio, 13, 14 watt, or 12 to 13 amps, should I say. 13 to 14 amps, not watts. So that's your sideband output. And now with sideband on these, you can dial it back. Your PEP or maximum output will dial back on sideband. It will decrease with the RF power. And that can be adjusted in the service menu. If you know what you're doing, you can get in there and you can adjust the bottom end sideband power, the top end sideband power, the dead key on the radio all the way down, which we essentially set them up to where they'll go down to like a watt or, maybe 2 watts all the way down, and then all the way up 20 or 25 watts dead key on AM. But that is your test there. Now, one thing I want to show you guys, just for the heck of it, to show you, and I've done this before, how you can fudge power a little bit if you use the improper slug. Remember, we're doing what, 150 on the 250? Here. This is a 500. Middle scale. Audio, 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 audio. So this one actually shows pretty close to the same on AM there. Audio, 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 audio. Maybe just a shade more. But sometimes you can end up fudging them a little bit if you use a different slug. I just wanted to compare it to show you guys 2 different slugs, the output test on them. Hello. There's your average power. Again, 75, 80 watts average. Let's go back to our 250. And what I'm going to do, guys, is we're just going to turn the voltage down, because I know some people, they're going to say, why didn't you show it on 13 point something volts? Well, we can do that. That's no problem. Okay, let's do, what do you guys want to do? 13.7, 13.6. Power supply is a little touchy. There we go, 13.5. Okay, let's check it on 13.5 and we will wrap this video up. So we're back on our 250 watt slug element. Our RF power is wide open. We still have a 25 watt dead key, so we didn't lose any dead key at all. Hello, hello, hello. Look at that. Didn't lose much power at all, really. Hello, 75 watts average, talking over 50. And there's no trickery involved. I mean, there's our voltage drop from 13.6 to 13.3, 13.2. That's pretty wild. I'll be honest with you guys, I hadn't checked it like that. I was expecting it to fall off some. Let's just go back up to 14.5, 14.7. There we go, back to 14.8. Doesn't change the dead key a bit. Now that is something else. Doesn't really change the output. So there you guys go. I'm assuming that is a result of that little voltage boost board in there that's making it do that, because I can tell you guys with a 955 version 2, if you went from 15 volts nearly down to 13.5, you're going to lose some power. But with this thing, it's like the radio doesn't even know the difference between 13.5 and 14.5, 14.8 and 13.5. I mean, you guys saw it. The dead key would have been a dead giveaway. Having a 25 watt dead key at 14.8 volts, we drop off a little bit over a volt, and our dead key stayed the same. So that's a dead giveaway, the efficiency of the radio. So really cool to see that. Like these radios a lot. Obviously, Stryker is probably the most popular brand out there right now, so we'll try to keep some of these in stock. But I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope it was informative, transparent, and we'll see what the future holds for these. So far, so good. Nice performance. Not hot at all. Maybe barely warm, if that. If you wanted to, you could always put a fan kit on them, but again, I'm not sure. It depends on how long-winded you are and how, what kind of punishment you're going to put it through, whether you need a fan or not. I don't think casual talkers will really need one, but we do offer the fan as well if you find that you do need one. Alrighty, guys, appreciate it. Rooster in Tennessee, roostercb.com, all the way, 955 HPC plus. See you guys later. Bye-bye.